UFO case that fell near port is still mystery. After 67 years, Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil, July 12, 2019. What would have been the object that fell in Brazilian waters, near port, and was sent to the USA in 1952? Alien UFO, secret UFO, or merely an industrial object? UFO that crashed near port is still a mystery. After 67 years, object that would have been removed from the sea in Porto Velho de Rio Grande in 1952. Personal file. According to an article by Ricardo Chaves, published on Gawcause, a mystery lasts for 67 years. The question was raised by Anthony Rover Baptista Tony, who, since 1989, is honorary consul of Norway in Rio Grande and works for Cranston Consultoria M. Seguros Marítimos Ltda. The site reports that one of those days a curious text with vague information and a photograph was received by Tony. He then sent the material to the Gawcause, asking if the fact was already known to the editors, as well as hopeful that the publication of such an article could bring out more precise information about the incident. Also, according to the site, Tony himself would have contacted 2 former employees at the port of Rio Grande at the time, but none of them remembered the case. See below the text sent by Tony. After 67 years, here's what we know about what fell on the Miguel da Cunha Canal, between Rio Grande and Estjos do Norte. In 1952, an unidentified flying object fell into the channel, leaving a part out of the water. It was removed by a crane-like device installed on a floating structure, used in ports to maneuver, transport, embark or land heavy loads without the need to berth a ship on the quay. The object was rescued with the presence of authorities and embarked on an American ship that was in the port of Rio Grande. According to the authorities, he was taken to the United States for expertise. The case was muffled and photos were confiscated. According to witnesses, a newspaper in the city published a story about the incident, but on the morning of the publication, authorities invaded the headquarters of the newspaper and confiscated all copies. You never heard of what really fell on the channel or the skill. The photo that existed was found by a collector years after the event, inside a family album left in a garbage container. It was delivered to a resident of Estjos do Norte, who does not want to be identified, who saved the photo. According to witnesses, the object had a circular shape, with several reflectors in its outline, and would have made a great noise when it hit the water in the channel. The object had several windows in its diameter, as can be seen in the photo, from which rays of light emerge. Also, according to Gawcause site, Tony made a few more comments. The Cambria in the photo was really from the port of Rio Grande. At the time, it was common to scale American ships, more Maclemark, Prudential Lines, President Lines. The text mentions witnesses, but does not mention which ones. He cites a newspaper, but not his name. One hypothesis I have suggested is that it was a large piece that fell on the side of a ship's dock during the unloading and was hoisted by the hut, although it was not possible to identify which part it would be. It is very common mundane events with objects unknown to the locals to become a fanciful legend. Is this the case we see above, or would it have some space object, perhaps experimental, fallen in Brazilian waters, being covered up by the authorities at the time?